शुक्लां भरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन कथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
So, who is Deva? Deva, the divinity principle, Bhagavad Tattva, Paramatma Tattva, Parameshwara Tattva, as defined by whom? None other than Bhagavan Shiva himself while teaching to Vasishtha. What he said? Akritrimam Anadyantam Devanam Devayati Viduhu. Akritrimam, not Kritrima, not Kritisadhya, not created, not fabricated. Anadyantam, and also not imagined, not fake, not bogus, which is real, not false, in the sense it is experientially available, at the same time truly not there, not such a thing. Anadyantam, which has no birth, no death, or which has no cause and from which no effect is born. Then that's fine. What is not Bhagavan is okay. What is Bhagavan? Devanam. What was said was Devanam. Devanam means actually resplendence, bright and brilliance. But here it is Paramartha Devanam. Paramartha Devanam. What is Paramartha Devanam? Shiva has not explained that, after he is going to explain. Niratishaya Pramodaha. That which is Niratishaya Pramoda Chit Prakashaha Devaha Uchyate. Niratishaya Pramodaha. Unexcelled, unsurpassed, Pramoda, limitless happiness, Paramananda. So, Chit Prakasha is nothing but Chaitanya, Chit only. And the morning we have seen why it is called Prakasha, after we have seen. Chit Prakasha. Deva Uchyate. Shiva knows, he has not clarified as to what Devanam is. Again he says, Akrutrimam, Anadyantam, Chit Prakasham, Deva iti vidu. So Devanam is what? Chit Prakasha. That which is Chit, Chaitanya, the very knowledge principle, the only knowledge principle in the entire cosmos, because of which other secondary knowledge principles are available. That's what is called as what? Devanam. And he asks, how come this be? You think that is akara, a form? Already told. Deharupaha na devaha, chittarupaha na devaha, dehadhari. One who is wielding a physical body is not a deva, not Bhagavad Tattva. One who is wielding a chitta, antakarana, mind, not deva. Sakaro nayo Bhagavan. No? Then he says, Chit Prakasha. Now here, we have seen the question arises. This is what Bhagavan Shiva says. What about we follow Narayana, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, Govinda, Rama, etc.? Are they wielding a body or not? Yes. Have they got a mind or not? Yes. We have not imagined this. Who gave us? Shastras. And now here is who? Shiva. He is not contradicting. He is not dismissing what the Shastra says. Yes. It appears so. So he says, no, my dear. See, Shastra only have told us Narayana, Shiva, Govinda, all this, etc. But as a secondary step, Ajnata Shiva Tattvanam, Ajnata Deva Tattvanam, those who have no capacity to know directly this Deva Tattva, for them a step below is given for adoring, worshipping, meditating upon, so that they equip their mind, they make their mind so fit so that they can know what the Deva in reality is. You have seen? Now who is Deva now? One more thing he says, Chitshiva Deva. Yatra asmadadaya bhrityaha. Yatra Devanam Deve Chitshive. Shiva that way I say, not Vedasadu Shiva, is what? Mangal Swarupa, Andasa, Paraman Swarupa. Asmadadaya. People like us. What are the people like us? Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Asmadadaya, Bhrityaha, servants. Shiva says, okay, not we. We have seen in this context, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, as they obtain, they are nothing but Paramatma Swarupa, Bhagavat Swarupa. When they say I, their I is not centered on the body. Ajnana avarana is not there. Maya is under control. So that I is what resolves where? In the Chit Shiva only. But Upadhitaha, from the standpoint of their embodiment that they are wielding, using, they get reduced to what is called as Adhisthana Devatas, presiding deities. In our modern parlance, we can say functionaries. every function has a functionary. So they get reduced to function. There is Adhisthana Devata, Brahma, creation, Vishnu, Sthiti, Palana, sustainer, Shiva, Samhara, destruction. But in reality, they are who? Paramatma Swarupa. This is the other topic as well. Now, if Chit Shiva, the Chit Chaitanya, pure consciousness principle, pure awareness principle, is the Paramatma Tattva, is the Deva Tattva. We are seeing the meditation today that Chaitanya happens to be what? Fortunately or unfortunately? I. Whatever we refer to I should resolve in what? At Chaitanya. But unfortunately, what have I done? We have mistaken this body as I. We have mistaken the mind as I. That's the reason. We'll see in due course in the meditation. In here also it will come. Bhashya will make it clear. Why? Not one or two. Universally, why this body is taken as I? Why the mind is taken as I? Why Indriyas are taken as I? Why Buddhi is taken as I? The reason will come out. Because we may not know what is Chaitanya Atma. The Chaitanya is name Atma also technically we are seeing. That's why. We may not know it in reality. But each and every one of us knows that whatever that entity we call as I is something which is sentient, which is sachetanata. You know, sachetana. Does anyone take oneself to inert jada? You may be. Here you may be jada. But nobody takes that word. And fortunately, this body is available to us sentient. Mistaken as out of I. Mind is available sentient. Mistaken as I. A different topic. So, these are mistaken as out of I. But truly, that I has to resolve in Chaitanya, which we refer as I. If I am that Chit Prakasha, I do know I am. Is it not? See, to know that you are, I am, do you need to come to Vedanta class? To go anywhere? Any training school you have gone? Natural. When a dog knows I am. Anyone knows I am. That isness is universally known. But sentience, chetanata, the jnana aspect, chitta aspect, not everywhere available. Only where there is antakarana, psyche, mind, there the sentience aspect, sachetanata is available because that antakarana, manabuddhi, hankara, chitta, what you call inner instrument, is made up of pancha mahabhutas, 5 great elements, before what is called as a grossification process, panchikarana. That's what is given by Vedanta. These 5 elements are in their nascent form, in their original form, in their subtle form, and they have got a capacity to reflect, as it were, the Chaitanya in them. Antakarana is made of this. So that Chaitanya gets reflected in what? Antakarana. It is called as Chidabhasa. Abhasa, appearance of Chit. You know, light is sunlight, daytime. Sunlight is all pervasive. From sun up to here, everywhere light is there. But are you able to see it? No. What does the physics say? You cannot see the bare light. All that you can see is the reflected light. For example, I ask you to see yonder in the sky. Nowhere light is seen. Suppose an aeroplane passes. Do you see the aeroplane or not? What is that light? Reflected on the surface of the aeroplane. Means, though light is everywhere, it is not perceived. It needs a reflecting surface, as it were, and in this case, it is mind-intellect equipment. Right? So, I am, that isness known to everyone. But to have that chit, this thing, mind is necessary. But that chit prakash is paramananda. I don't feel I am happy. On the contrary, if say I am miserable, yes, I agree. Is it not? Because day-to-day experience. Day-to-day experience. But where is that ananda? That was the problem. Though that Chaitanya all pervasive, just like that knowledge, this sentience, Chaitanya all pervasive, this also is all pervasive because Atma Chaitanya is all pervasive. But only where there are some specific subtle vrittis called Priya, Moda, Pramoda, that happiness gets surfaced. It gets revealed. For many reasons are there. I am not going to go into that now. It's not the topic here. So Ananda is there. So my true nature is ever existent because I am Anadi Ananta. I am Chit Swarupa always, Ananda Swarupa. But presently, what is our plight? If someone says, you know, you are Satchidananda Swarupa, you are Paramananda Swarupa. Sir, why do you tease us? Our experience is quite contrary. Why are you teasing us? Means, but at the same time, now who has told this? Bhagavan Shiva. Can he go wrong? No. And our experience is quite contrary. That means there is some factor which is obstructing our Paramananda Swarupa. And morning has seen that that factor is what? Mind. And the same mind can help you to claim back your Paramananda Swarupa. Mind directed to the Vishayas, Bahirmukha, Vishayasakta, you get hooked. What is the capital seed to eke out the sense pleasures? I know what is capital seed, I have told you. First take this body as I, means you should first invest in the body. Then not sufficient. Mind. This is your minimum investment to get the Vishaya Bhoga, the sense pleasures. If you don't invest this, you will not get sense pleasures. In sleep, your body is there but not available for use. You can't have Vishaya Bhoga. So, we must have a body, we must have a mind. You have, my dear sir, ordered all sorrows. I'm just revising, okay? This is a main important topic. We have seen in the morning. So, we have ordered all sorrows. How come? Sorrows belong to physical body and the mind. You can verify it. In sleep, any sorrow? In dream, any sorrow on account of the body? Even a terminal cancer patient who has got agonizing pain, suppose he dreams, he has no pain. In sleep, don't ask at all. In sleep, your mental torture also is not there. Means to whom this sorrow belongs? Body and the mind. And which is your capital seed? You have to invest. We have ordered this. And truly our nature is ananda to an extent. We can verify. How come? Suppose you got a deep sleep. You are fresh, you got up. You have just got up. You have not yet started your activities unless you are hyperactive. At that time, see, you are silent. Don't you feel some sort of happiness? You are quiet, composed, happy. And that happiness, you know from where has come? It is lingering from your experience of sleep wherein you were happy. That is what? Universally remembered, recollected. I slept happily, but I did not know anything including me. Yes or no? The emperor or a beggar, if they sleep, that is their experience. Means, in sleep, you were undergoing an experience of happiness, but because of something that instrument of expression, the mind is not available, indriyas were not available, you can't exhibit it. And when you remember one principle. What is it? The entity who remembers is the entity who has undergone experience. They are not two different entities, one and same. So means in sleep I was happy and I remember. Now tell me, in sleep, was there any Vishaya Bhoga, sense pleasure? Melodious music, delicious dish, fragrance, cozy touch. Was there? No. From where it came? In sleep, two entities are there. You know who? You, Chaitanya Swarupa, plus unfortunately, Ajnana, ignorance is there. That is, Ajnana denies you this. Fine? That means, to some extent, we can verify from our sleep experience that our Swarupa is Ananda, but something is obstructing it. In fact, this sleep is a great boon as far as Vedanta is concerned. It shows us we can dismiss this world lock, stock and barrel. Sleep. Don't take it there. Otherwise, also sleep is desirable. So everyone wants to sleep only. But it's a very great boon to arrive at our true nature. So now, this mind turns towards the Vishayas, binds. Introvert, withdrawn towards that Ananda Swarupa. So therefore, this mind needs to be handled. It needs to be trained. In this context, we were to see what this Jagat is, what this Srishti is. Vedanta presents two explanations about this Srishti. One is Parameshvara, Bhagavan, Parabrahma, with the help of creative power called Maya, created this Jagat. Tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhuta akashad vayu, etc. This is our public Srishti, created by whom? And How do you know it? When this perceptible jagat, world, comes within the ambit of our knowing faculties, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch, we serve as a pramana, means of knowledge. Then we get the knowledge of the world. Suppose yonder the road something is happening. Are you aware of it? Can you see it now? Because it's not within your sight. So like that. One, Shastra says, like Kaushitaki Upanishad. My dear sir, you have created this world. You mean so? You, the individual. The first instance I know you will deny it. Why? If I have created, will I create hell for me? Will I create sorrow for me? No. And enough of it in our life. Who created it? Here we have to investigate now. As an individual, we are called as what? Jiva. The composite personality of inert aspects and sensuous aspect. A jiva, Vedantic in Panchadashi at one place has given an equation. Who is the jiva? Number one, Chaitanya plus Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa, where it is? It is Chaitanya reflected in Antakarana, Manabuddhi Ahankara Chitta. That Chidabhasa has got its adhisthana, basis as Chaitanya. Truly speaking, Chaitanya is not directly available for us to cognize, as we are now. What gets reflected in the Antakarana, or let's simplify, mind, intellect, that we are aware of as sentience, such as in our body. So, Chaitanya plus the Chidabhasa plus the Sukshma Sharira. What is Sukshma Sharira? 5 Jnanendriyas, sense organ. Not the external gadgets of eyes, etc. They are faculties. See, even they got the neuroscience, their faculties situated in the brain. So that faculties. 5 organs of action. The 5 faculties of organs of action. No? Mana, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta. Mind, the faculty of consideration. Buddhi, faculty of decision. Ahankara, the notion of I-ness in the body, mind, etc. Chittam, recollecting faculty. These are the Mana, Buddhi, Ahankara. This all put together is what? What is called as subtle body or Sukshma Sharira. When this Sukshma Sharira is in the physical body which is inert, entire body is aglow with sentience, sachetanata. If this body is out from the physical body, you know, Ram, Nam, Sat, Hai on 2 bamboo sticks. You know what it is? You don't know? According to our Hindu, this thing, body is carried to cremation ground. And on bamboo, and this Ram, 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 Nam. Means the person is dead. Actually, this is like a switch. You put on, body becomes sentient. Put off. But unfortunately, or I don't know, fortunately also, that putting on and putting off is not in our hand. It is operated by remote control by who? Bhagwan. And not haphazard way, as per our karma phala account. Otherwise, you will play mischief there. So, out. This antakarana. So, whom we call Jivatma. In our body. Where does he precisely abide? What is the headquarters? Mainly, Jivatma is Chidabhasa, with all these upadhis paraphernalia. His seat, according to Vedanta, is Antakarana. Manabuddhi Ahankara, where Chidabhasa get reflected. And where is this Antakarana situated? What is the place of Antakarana? Vedanta says our physical heart. What is that? Our physical heart. And therefore it is said as what? Hridayakasha, Hardakasha. There Antakarana is said. How do you say so? The periphery of our physical heart, called as Puritat. Brudhani Kushana, I have not coined somewhere. Brudhani Kushana, it is called Puritat. From that Puritat, the muscular wrapper, as it were, of our physical heart, emerge what are called as nadis. Nadis correspond to our nervous system as per modern neurology. Begin with, they are main 101. They get multiplied again by 101. 101 multiplied 101. Further, each 100. 101 multiplied 101 multiplied 100. You know how many they are? Totally it is not much, only this much. How much? 72 crores, 72 lakhs, 10,201. This nadis from Puritat heart go to the nook and corner of our entire body system. They are called nadi. Actually, brain is there where? In this. But even neuroscience accept this. What they say is, this, according to us Vedanta, these nadis constitute the integral part of our, what you call as, somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Somatic nervous system means it includes the function of the brain, limbic brain, and what they call as limbic system. This is neurology. That comes under the somatic nervous system. Then autonomous nervous system, like involuntary functions, respirations, heartbeat, etc. All these are looked after by who? Nadis, our nervous system. And what during the waking state the jiva does is, through the nadis it goes to indriyas, sense organ. Through sense organ it gets an outlet to reach the Vishaya sense object which is under perception. Suppose a form you are seeing through eyes, this Chidabhasa travels to the form, takes the form of that, reports back in your mind, antakarana, that what is called as Vishayakara antakarana vritti. Antakarana vritti means a modification of antakarana mind. Let us take mind only. So, this Vishayakara antakarana vritti is what we call as thought. We are familiar with the word thought. That thought itself is what? A modification of antakarana. And that thought, that vishayakara antakaranati, reports us what that object is. But the vritti is inert, illumined by what? Chidabhasa. And we experience what is form, hearing, etc. We perceive that. This is what? This is what that jiva does in the waking state. In sleep, it withdraws, retraces its steps, and remains, abides in Hardakasha. The jiva, the individual, is asleep now. In sleep, the jiva abides in the nadis in the kantha region, throat region. So therefore, this is how jiva interacts with the world. Now the other way of looking at Srishti is, my dear sir, you as a jiva, with the help of nadis, you are reaching the world and eking out the experiences. What you did? That antakarana vritti, that thought corresponds with the sense object. Technically also called as drishti. Drishti. Drishti has many meanings, huh? Even Chaitanya is drishti. But here it is called tattadakara antakarana vritti. Antakarana vritti, a thought corresponding to the object vishaya that you are perceiving. They report us the object. But Kaushik etc. say, it is you who has created this drishti, antakarana vritti. That drishti eva srishti. That is the creation. That is your creation, your jagat, your samsara. Public jagat, Ishvara Srishti, remaining the same, no two individuals have the same experience on account of interaction with that. They interact according to what? The software they have brought. What is the software? Past samskaras. The impressions of past lives based on the past karmas we have taken to since beginningless time. That software makes you do all these things. And every individual's experiences differ. So one way of looking at it is Ishvara created Srishti, and when Srishti comes in the purview of your pramana, Drishti, Antakarana vritti, you get, that is what you experience. Other way is, your Antakarana vritti, when it is there, that time only what is there? That is Srishti. They say like this. Drishti eva Vishwa Srishti. Different opinions are there. This Drishti, what Drishti? Antakarana vritti. That's what Srishti. Drishti eva Srishti. Means that Drishti, Antakarana vritti itself is what? Creation. Other one who says that is what you call as Drishti Samakalina Srishti. When Antakarana vritti is there, at that time you have got the Srishti Jagat. That is what? Drishti Samasamaya Vishwa Srishti. Other one, Madhusudana Saraswati, he says, Yada yat pashyati, tat samakalam tat srujati. When you see means, when this drishti, antakar, see means only not seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. At that time, you create the Jagat. So that this version of looking at the drishti as srishti is more rewarding, more helpful in arriving at our true nature. What exactly is Chaitanya? To be aware of the Chaitanya, I totally free from all that is mistakenly attributed it. And what we have mistakenly attributed to it, technically called as adhyastha, that is what creating the havoc of samsara. So, this way, jiva creating the Jagat is what is called as what? A method, or it is taken as what you say, wicket gate or chora dwara. I will tell you what it means. See, in the royal palace, the royal road, if you want to meet the king, you can go. But there are many doors, strict security check will be there. You have to identify yourself. Finally you go. But there is at the back now, what you call as wicket door or choradwara, which is only for those who are very close of king. Very strict security is there. Nobody can go there. Only who are very close they can go. So like this, to arrive at our Swarupa, Paramatma Swarupa, this Drishti Srishti is relatively easier way. But what? Very intense vairagya is necessary. Not that other doesn't need vairagya. That also need vairagya. What? Srishti. But here it is more intense. So, drishti, srishti. And if you see our Vedanta, this thing, Acharya Shankara has upheld this. Means he gives a plus point to drishti, srishti, vada, which you can find in Shatashloki. Also, this Gaudapadacharya, he has not spelt out this, but he indirectly hints in Alata Shanti Prakarana, Karika 63, 64, taking help of Sapna Jagat, 65, 66, Jagrata Jagat. So this is one way of looking at the creation as me, the Jiva has created it. Other one is what? Srishti Drishti Vada, what we have seen earlier. Parameshwara created, and when it comes in the ambit of my Drishti means Antakarvritti, I know it. That's what. Vidyaranya Muni gives more weight to this Drishti Srishti Vada. He says while explaining a portion of Kaushitaki Upanishad, in Anubhuti Prakasha, he says, Drishti Srishti Mimam Brahmanubhavi Bahumanyate Swaprabodhat Swasamsaraha Liyate Swapnavat Yataha. Brahmanubhavi, one has got Brahma Sakshatkara. We'll see what it is in the right time. Aparoksha Jnana, Aparoksha Anubhava of Brahma Sarupa, Chaitanya Sarupa. This Brahman, Brahmajnani. Okay, Brahman. Drishti Srishti Mimam Bahumanyate means he considers extremely high or highly he got esteem there as for what? This Drishti Srishti Vada. Why? He says Yataha, because Swapnavat here, like dream. What is that? Swaprabodhat. When you wake up from the dream to your waking state, what happens to your dream? Totally gone. It is Sarva Samsara, Swasamsara Liyate. The samsara, in Vivek Chudamani, there is one word. It is dramatized. Yeah. Just now samsara was here. Where is it gone? His mind is so absorbed in the Swarupa, there is no trace of who? Samsara. Which right now it was there. Few moments earlier it was there. So like that, here, that total disappearance of the dream is possible here. That is what he says. There are many other vadas. Better don't. Of course, they are meant for seekers having different temperaments. Not one way, one goal. No. Goal is one, but suited to your texture of mind, Shastras gives different means. What is more applicable to you, easy for you, you can choose. That's how it is. So therefore, there are many vadas, such methodology of discovery are there. I would say, I generally say, look, don't get involved too much in this vada. It's got arguments, etc. Best thing is reverse vada. Vada, 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 vada. You know what is happening? Repeat. Vada, 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 vada. So take to dawa and not vada. Dawa means, you know what is dawa? Medicine. Dawa means aushadha. Take to dawa, medicine. What is bhavaroga? Or just like that. So, now here we should be very clear about one point. Vedanta gives, means Upanishads. It originates from what? Upanishads. They give us many such methods. And if you really scrutinize, you can find enough of defects in those methods. For example, Mayavada, Maya, Vishishtadvaitis. They got some 7 or something mistake they made. I would like to tell them, my dear sir, 7, you are not aware. We can produce 17 defects. Not there. Then, why they are? Sureshwaracharya, Vartikakara, who has written Vartika on Brihadaranyaka Upanishad Bhashya. He says, Yaya yaya bhavet pumsam vyutpattir pratyagatmani sa eva sadvi syat sa cha anuvasthita. So that what it is? Anavasthita. Yaya yaya bhavet pumsam. By whatever, that is explanation or method, an individual is able to get Vyutpatti Pratyagatmane, means if he is able to get the Pratyagatma Jnana, sa eva sadhvi syat. Prakriya. Feminine is a prakriya. That prakriya, that methodology of teaching, that methodology to discourse Swarupa, sadhvi, well, good. But if you inquire into that, sacha anavasthita, it has got many, it can't stand scrutiny. It's got many defects. We are not concerned with what method is. We are concerned with the result, direct discovery of our Swarupa. So that means the case. Much importance should not be given to these prakriyas, etc. We have to make use of them. Find out which is suited to you. So now, problem is centered where now? On the mind. Why? Mind is running where? Sense object. Natural. Do you know why? Mind runs after Vishayas. What are Vishayas? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Fine? Runs after. Do you know why? Who created this? Indriyas. Parameshwara. Our Srishti Drishtivada. Parameshwara. Right? That Parameshwara has done, from one standpoint, a great blunder. Parameshwara doesn't blunder? Yes. How? Who says? Kathopanishad. Paranchi khane vyatrina swayam bhuhu tasmat parang pashyati nantaratma kasyid dhiraha pratyagatman vaishat avrutta chakshu brahma tattva ichhat. Parameshwara, as is to where, destroyed the interest of this individual. What is it? He made the senses extrovert. Therefore, every individual is what? Running after the sense object. Then we have to draw this Parameshwara to some court of law. We are not to blame. Bhagavan has done it, so we are running after the sense object. What did he do? And what? Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktiman. He did it. Tasmat parang pashyati nantaratma. Everyone runs after the Vishaya sense object, not Atma Swarupa. But first we should know why Ishvara did. Ishvara will say, don't blame me. This is your order. I have executed your order. See, you wanted a bungalow to be constructed. You got order, architect, etc., 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 and you told your needs, etc., and the architect gave this thing. And the builder is now, contractor is what? Constructing it. And he has this thing. And when you go there, sir, this is not correct. This is of no use. He points out 15 mistakes. According to this person, who is there who has constructed it? The builder says, sir, come here. This is the blueprint given by who? Your architect. And he consulted you. Please show me any deviation from this. You can't. Like that. You have ordered what? some instrument to interact with the world. And that blueprint is where? Your karma phalas. And who is Ishvara? Karma phala data. And he has to give you what? Extrovert senses. But being Ishvara, he knows the danger. Even if you have not asked, he has kept a provision there. He kept a provision there. What is it? Though extrovert senses, by deliberate effort, you can withdraw your mind and fall back on your swarupa. Kashchid dhiraha, a viveki, avrutta chakshu, generally means closed eyes, having withdrawn from the sense body. Atmanam aikshat. So, you can't blame whom? Ishvara, is it not? So therefore, we have to take to this method of withdrawing our mind from the preoccupation. This thing, it should be antarmukha. Why? Our swarupa is Paramanda Swarupa, wherein no trace of sorrow is there. Sir, yes, Shastra says so, Upanishad says so, but our 24/7 experience is quite contrary. Yes or no? What is it? That is right or this is right? Paramaswara right or miserable condition right? Which is correct? Have you got any means to verify? To begin with, you must have Shraddha. Here, we have to take into consideration the approach of science and the approach of Vedanta. In science, if you are told something, you first experiment it. And after experiment, what is said is found to be correct. You accept it, is it not? How it is possible? Because what is told is within the purview of, within the field of our sense perception. It is available for pratyaksha, direct perception by our jnanendriyas, sense organs. You can hear, taste, touch, smell, etc. Based on the data, you can analyze, codify, etc. and verify. Because the field is perceptibly available. Indriya gamya. As far as Chaitanya is concerned, it is indriyatita, beyond the purview or a realm of your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch. Eyes, ear, nose, tongue, touch can perceive Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Chaitanya, eye is concerned, ashabdam, arasam, agandham, etc. Means it has none of these as its qualities. How can your indriyas function? If form is that you can see. Air, can you see? No, it has no form. Something now, this mic you can see, form is there. So now, Chaitanya is such that it has no ocular form, it has no sound you can hear, it has no touch, I said, it has no smell, it has no taste. Your indriyas are out. With mind we can. Mind cannot objectify as this. Words, let them describe. They can't describe. Do you know why? See, in the modern world, you think that now we can describe everything by the words. No. Words can describe that which has got jati, guna, kriya, sambandha, and rudi. A species can be described by the words. Kriya, action. Guna, attributes. Sambandha, relation. This can be described. None of these are there in the Chaitanya Atma. Means out. What is rudi? Rudi means a customary practice. Ditham, etc. There's nothing called like that for the word, but by mutual agreement, we brand something like with such word. But such rudi or customary words are possible in the case where the thing is perceptibly available. Rudi is possible where it is perceptibly available. Chaitanya Atma is not perceptible. Rudi will out. The Shastra says, Upanishad says, Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasa. The words with the mind bounces back. So, the Shastra says, my dear, your method of science will not work here. I will verify and I will accept. No, other way around. First have Shraddha. Asti. What is told by Shastra is true. It is so. Have you verified? No. And how can you say? That is you have to do first. But it is not just following. Shastra gives guidelines how to know it. And then walk on the path of the Shastras. Equip your mind, discover it. Yes, accept it. Here first, Shraddha, acceptance. Then acceptance of what is said. Verification afterwards. Science, first verification, then acceptance. Because there are two different fields. Where science ends, Veda starts. Fields are different. So therefore, you can't scientificize the Vedas or Upanishads. Why? The field is different. In fact, the glamour of the science and technology such that is robbed away the mind of everyone. And people who are this Vedas, etc., they feel as if apologetic that they can't present in scientific way. It is not possible. Field is different. You can't, but you can verify it. That's why none other Bhagavan says, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. My dear, have first Shraddha. I think I told you, astiti eva veditavyam. Accept it first, yes. So therefore, the field of Veda is atindriya, transperception, what they call transcendental. Whereas the field of science is perceptibly available. You should be aware of this. You cannot present in the scientific way because it is not perceptibly available. First accept and then verify. There you verify and then accept. Two different ways. That's why you take any text, Upanishad, etc., it appeals to your Shraddha and know for certain. Who had given this? Parameshwara, Vedas, etc. Why he gave it? For good of all humanity. Can Parameshwara, who tells you something for your good, will he tell you something damaging to you? Which is not true? Which is putting you on the trouble? Will he say? Bhashakar somewhere says, Varaghataya kanyam na udvahayanti. No parents get their daughter married to kill the son-in-law. Will anyone? Bhagavan takes avatars, he uses shastras for what? Our good. Will he say something damaging? You have got enough data to accept it. Parameshwara, who is what? Ananta Kalyana Daya Sindhu. He has given this Shraddha. But don't stop there. Proceed. Discover. Otherwise, so long as it is convenient, yes. Afterwards, no. So this is the case. We are crystallized now. Chaitanya is my Swarupa, not this assemblage of physical body or subtle body. Sorrows belong to these, but not Chaitanya. It is Paramanda, Akritrimam, Anadyantam, Devanam, and it is the mind which is creating the obstruction. So now we have to prepare this mind. Presently, it is totally preoccupied where? In the Vishaya. Why? According it, there it gets maja. What maja? Thoda happiness milta hai. And because of that, no, we are so habituated of this. We have no courage to leave this. Have you any time seen the psychology of a bird in the cage? Bird, a free bird, it is fly in the sky. But a bird which is kept for years in the cage, even if you keep the door open, it will not fly. I verified once. You push it outside, enters again. Why? It's kosi. It has forgotten that is free in nature. It has a word. Do thappad de. See what happened was, I happened to go somewhere. They had two very beautiful, colorful this thing. And one of that died. In fact, one small girl, she wept like anything. And then they decided, let us release this. At that time, they were going somewhere, it was Nasik, from there somewhere. The car, they took it, and where these grape yards were there, no, they went and said, it doesn't go. You put again enter. Somebody is with and then we had to close and we went. So that means that let us not be like that bird. In this context, I remember one filmy song. Many, I think for decades together, 4 or 5, I have not seen what movies, but this is Chal ud ja re panchi. Oh bird, fly off. Only first this thing, I remembered it. I didn't know. Our the Google Guru is there. I searched. I got that. And 2 lines I took it from that. 2 lines I added to that and made. I will make you listen, okay? Now listen, okay? Listen.
चलो उड़ जा रे पंछी चलो उड़ जा रे पंछी कि अब ये देश हुआ बेगाना चल उड़ जा रे पंछी कि अब ये देश हुआ बेगाना अरे आदत के बंदे अरे आदत के बंदे घर ना उड़ जाए तो अरे आदत के बंदे घर ना उड़ जाए तो तेरी किस्मत में लिखा है तेरी किस्मत में लिखा है जीते जी मर जाना चल उड़ जा रे पंछी के अब ये देश हुआ बेगाना तेरी किस्मत में लिखा है जीत जी मर जाना चल उड़ जा रे पंछी के अब ये देश हुआ बेगाना चल उड़ जा रे पंछी
चल उड़ जा रे पंछी. Oh, you bird, please fly off. Why? अब ये देश हुआ बेगाना. Begana means alien, foreign. This you thought, this word your place. No, you are in alien place. You are in a foreign land. Go to your native one. In Maharashtra, Sant Tukaram you have heard? आम्ही जातो आमुजा गावा आमुचा राम राम घ्यावा. When you are leaving the body, he said, I am going to my native place now. Take my Ram Ram means goodbye. So, your native land is not this, my dear. You are Parabrahma Swarupa. Then, oh, आदत के बंदे, oh, you slave of habit. What is that? You don't want to go out. You want to go again back to the cage. Why? You feel cozy. याद है बंदे, अगर तुम न उड़ जाए, if you don't fly off, तेरी किस्मत में लिखा है. Here the forehead means written what? जीते जी मर जाना. You will be dead while living. In Vedanta, Jivan Mukti is there. You know Jivan Mukti? While living liberated. Ulta for you. While living will be as good as dead. Jeete ji mar jana. Be wise, alert. The loss that you are incurring is not ordinary, colossal. So therefore, have Shraddha in the Shastras and first accept it, then do verify it. Walk on the path of this. From that standpoint, we have to begin with the tuning of the mind to know our Swarupa, wherein we have to withdraw our mind from its preoccupation in the Vishayas. It is not that easy. क्यों? आदत के बंदे, slave of habits. You have to train that. At the same time, Shastra gives a method. Starts with Karma Yoga. We'll briefly touch on Karma Yoga with that stanza and then proceed. When you have such a mind which is ready to discover the Swarupa, what are the steps it has to take to? Why so? All these Bhashyakara is going to explain as such. We'll see, means unless we are clear of what we are in for, our sadhanas will not gain that edge. Once you are convinced, so this clarity must be there. From that standpoint, we will proceed from tomorrow. Take care. Swasti.
Sarvabhyam paripalayantam nyayena margena mahin maheshaha go brahmanebhya shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyaha prithvi sasya shalini deshoyam kshoparahitaha Brahmana santu nirbhayaha Om Sukhinaha Sarve santu niramayaha Sarve bhadrani pashyantu Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet Asato ma satgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Mrityorma mritangamaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om